One good walk can change the trajectory of your life. One good, brisk 15-20 minute walk, especially during intermittent fasting on a fasted stomach, can change the trajectory of your entire year. I mean it, your whole life actually. So, for those that are struggling to simply get off the couch, put the remote down, turn that TV off, and put off Netflix shows and your favorite programs, and struggling to get outside, I'm telling you, you should take it from me because I'm not one to speak this way, where I like to tell people what to do. But if I am not doing this right here and recording myself and putting this information out, then I'm not doing my job. I'm not making the world a better place. I truly believe in my heart of hearts that I'm making the world a better place by bringing this content right now. This channel is still relatively small. I mean, people don't even know who I am. I'm just a dude, right? But if you see the description on my channel, there's a lot that I'm involved in. And this fitness wellness journey happened to be a passion that sparked up. And I said, hey, let me start making videos while I'm walking and sharing some of my thoughts, some of the greatest ideas I come up with, not just for content creation, but for life and unlocking certain obstacles that I have come from walking. Simply that. So I can promise you this, that if you get off the couch or stretch a little bit, get loose, and just start off with small baby steps. Maybe today you walk a quarter mile. Next day you walk half a mile. Maybe next day you go incline. Here's some other ways I encourage you where walking, how you can motivate yourself, right? So if you must watch a program, or if you must listen to that podcast, why don't you tee up your favorite listens, your favorite speakers on YouTube, right? Or whatever, Apple, right? Spotify, and tune yourself in to those favorite speakers while you walk. And you'll be surprised that you're going to walk forever. Like the human body, we are designed to walk. Think about the caveman days, right? We didn't have these, we have electric cars today. We have electric cars that are about to fly. Heck, they're already flying in some parts of the world. But they didn't have vehicles, right? So to get to point A to point B, we were designed, our ancestors were designed to walk for miles and miles and miles. On an empty stomach too, you find your kill, right? You cook that and you eat and you feast, right? And then you don't eat for a few days because you've had your full, right? And that's how these old pictures of the caveman days, our ancestors, they were like in shape. That's what the paintings show. They were ripped, right? And so that's just a testament and more further proof that why walking is one of the best things your body deserves, and it's a gift you can give your body. And for those that are struggling with their weight, and every year you just seem to just get bigger, right? Your clothes seem just not the right fit for you, and you see other people that are in shape, and you want to be like that guy or the girl. Heck, I mean, if you're following me, you may want to be like me. There are some people that I look up to and say I want to be like them. So there's always someone better, and I may not be your cup of tea, is what I'm saying. But when you reach this point, 49 is not a spring chicken, but I am living the life of a young man, and I very much feel like a spring chicken. Is guess why? Is because of this very lifestyle here, and I'm bringing you my exact thoughts. Listen to how I'm talking to the camera. Like, I couldn't even start this. Like, I couldn't even do this 1 year ago. I didn't find my voice. I didn't find my rhythm. And I kept showing up, and then I disappeared. I kept showing up, I disappeared. I used to look at my videos and cringe. I used to hate it. But the thing is that in the echoes of these of the darkness, and in the echoes, echo chambers, right, and in your silence, it's just you versus you. You have to deal with yourself. You have to deal with your voice. There's no greater battle, right? It's not anyone else that you should be worried about. It's what you think of yourself, right? So that's what matters, and that's what's going to define you. And so I went all into this, regardless of where I stand, is that I'm just going to walk. I'm going to put out content. And just like with anything in the beginning stages, it's hard, but is it really hard? Is walking really hard, right? So we tend to get in our way. Like I just did a video about drinking a gallon of water, right? Is it really that hard, right? What if we were deprived? What if we were hit with some sort of a, I hope it doesn't happen, but what if we were hit with some sort of a shortage where water became premium? Right now we have access to tap water, right? I mean, extreme case, you boil that and you kill the germs and cool down as a fresh drinking water, right? So there's a lot. While the American diet and the American pharmaceutical companies, they put certain foods, a lot of foods and products in front of us, especially junk food. When we enter the grocery store or the convenience store, it's right there for us to grab and go, right? It's convenient, but it's also detrimental and hazardous to your health, and we don't talk about that enough, right? So same way, you have to look at healthy options, that it's really there, it's out there, but it's the awareness. And I think a lot of people that are struggling with that don't seem to want to acknowledge it, or either you're ignoring it, or either you just love pleasure versus results and making the right choices. So it really comes down to your personal choice, right? Walking is just a byproduct of the human body. Like, you're designed to do that. Your limbs, your joints. I throw in sprints in there as well. So every now and then I will engage my fast twitch muscle fibers, which at an older age, especially if you don't lose it, you're gonna lose it. And one day when you spring into action and when you're required to do so, if something happens, your reflexes won't really be your best friend. It'll betray you, in that sense, quote unquote, betray you. But you have to ask yourself, why did my body betray me? And then boom, the light bulb goes on. Is this because you haven't been giving it the care and the attention like you should, right? So a lot of us make this excuse about not having enough time. I don't have time for it. Even if you have kids, even if you have a wife, I'm like, you can take your wife on a walk. You can take your girlfriend with you on a walk. You can speak to your loved ones on a walk. Your friends, you can catch up on a walk, right? A lot can happen on a walk. You can plan ideas and take notes on your phone, but as long as you're walking. Like, if you leave the home, if there's stress in your life, there are toxic people, there are situations, there are scenarios you need to kind of hash out, and before you open your mouth, because the saying is sometimes when you open your mouth, it's too late. I would rather take a few hours or days to process my thoughts and then be effective with my communication and make my words matter. Because once words leave your mouth, whether you're meant to hurt the other person or no, the damage is done. And I think the voice is a very powerful thing. Hence, I am talking to the camera while walking. Hopefully this is a powerful illustration of why walking really sets you straight. It just puts you in the right frame of mind. Think about this. Think about this. Fasting off of food for 16 hours. That's like the magic number, 16-8. You don't eat for 16 hours, right? The 15th hour or the 16th, then you embark on your walk on an empty stomach. Your body is just experiencing all this euphoria from the growth hormones, the testosterone for guys, right? There's this good vibes, the feeling you get of not eating, and the hunger is gone. So you may be on the couch entertaining food. You may be on the couch entertaining that sugary food, right? Processed food. It's a quick fix. It's comforting. It's a dopamine hit, right? This is the bigger dopamine hit for me, because I know, doing this over the years, walking and fasting over the years, I know the benefits I derive. I can feel it internally, and you want to protect that energy. You're also becoming one with your spirit as you walk. It's very powerful. Your spirit comes to light. I don't know if that makes sense. Sometimes I experience supernatural feelings as I'm walking, as I'm processing. There's no way I can sit at home like this and riff and talk and talk and talk in front of the camera without doing the fillers, right? No, like this is all. Everything that's coming out of my mouth right now is unplanned. Obviously, right? It's very obvious, but it's also, the more I walk, the more joy I feel. And the more joy I feel, you start to love what you do. And when you love what you do, it rubs off on people. It inspires other people. Right now, I think the world needs more walkers like me that aim to inspire the world and people around them. I see my fellow millennials, Gen X's, um, struggling with their health. I see the real pandemic in America is not the COVID. The real pandemic in America is health, and we don't talk about it enough. My question is why? So YouTube is a platform for people like myself to put it out there. Um, Here's where I will give you a check mark: is even if you're posting negative content and depressing content, um, but if you're moving, for me, I can at least say that, hey, at least you're moving, at least you're walking, at least you're out in nature. I don't know about you, but I'm inspired to see people out there walking and talking and recording. Lately, I've seen quite a few of YouTube content creators out there in the public environment, parks, walking and speaking their mind. And no one has it figured out. No one has this figured out. I don't have a blueprint. I don't have a magic formula. The formula is this: it's half the battle is showing up for yourself. Like, do you want to take your health seriously? Do you have that inner voice? I mean, you cannot be possibly happy if you're overweight and you're in your 40s, right? Late 30s, in your 40s, and nothing has worked. You have to start questioning, when do you turn the corner? If you cannot walk, if you cannot drink a gallon of water, and how are we going to advance to the other stages where we have to turn it up a notch, where you have to stretch, right? When you have to take care of your joints. Otherwise, you can go on plenty of joint medication. That's what pharmaceuticals want. You don't walk, you lose it, and joint pain will reveal itself because you're not walking really and you're not stretching, right? Um, how will you take it up a notch? Because in this journey, you will grow. I 100% guarantee. And in 3 months or less, you can have your best physique. You can have your best physique even this stage in life. Your wife may not support you, or vice versa. Your husband may not support you. There's a lot of jealousy between couples too, right? How about big? And I'm a big advocate of men and women. We need each other. I'm not a big fan of the gender wars right now. Like, we have gone so far left. I'm trying my best to stay out of this, but it's there. All the manosphere spaces that you know about on YouTube, I am well aware of who they are, and I follow some of them religiously. They are actually helping fellow men. But right now, let's bring it back to this: is that why don't you go out there with your wife or your husband, brother, sister, your partner, or your dog, whatever you're into, but just get out there and move. Get out there, move together, and maybe you resolve your arguments together. Maybe it unlocks kindness within you. Maybe you forgive something. Maybe you are finally ready to face that battle, like your demons, your childhood. All of these things have showed up in my path, no pun intended, but in my pathway here. You know what the most beautiful part about all of this is? What I'm inspired, and I've said this before in my videos, is the background. Look at this. Like, I myself, my body, my mask, my mind, my spirit, I'm here in this very moment, taking what God created. This is creation by the superpower, and I'm in it. I'm in it. Like, when I'm in post-production and I see all this, I just have this goosebump, like, holy cow, I'm actually doing it. I am living my dream. I am not just doing this for me. I'm not sitting in a car. I'm not sitting on my couch. I'm not sitting in my home studio, which is an amazing Kobe Bryant mural studio built. I am freaking out. I did all of that to still step out in nature and give you this video. Okay? So if you don't see the joy in my face, on my face, of what walking means to me, I don't know what else you need to see. That this is really an inspiring journey, and I encourage you to take it. If you want to get in shape, right, the starting point, the fundamentals really have not changed over the years and decades, which is drink a gallon of water, drink plenty of water, okay? Start urinating and seeing white pee, and you'll be very happy with yourself, okay? And then walk. Start with small steps, baby steps every single day. Walking, intermittent fasting, right? Drinking a lot of water. You dial those three things in. Then we can start talking about other things to really start paying attention to your muscle tissue, right? And talking about the lifting, the sprints, progressive training, loading, right? But we're not there yet. We're not there yet. If you're inspired, then I'd love to hear from you. Okay? I'm going to move on to the next video and topic. Thank you for being here. Mamba out.